Hey ladies and gents, this is IsDaWiz coming to you with another review of an avian warrior figure. This one by the name of Cyanicus. Miguel is here to review him as well.
Yay.
And without further ado, let us go on to the review. Here is Cyanicus, and he is a blue jay. Birds that I've done a little research on, and they're described as noisy and garrulous.
When it says a little research, he means he looked at Wikipedia for 5 seconds.
That's a little research. Noisy and garrulous, which means I think I had heard that they had a reputation in the bird kingdom for being jerks. And, you know, if you get anywhere near their nest, they'll fly at you and they'll bug you and they'll screech. And anyway, just
the bird kingdom must be massive.
Like the buttholes of the bird kingdom. That's what I'm told. But they are attractive birds, and this one
The line on their neck really
is
stands
no different. Okay, we watched a YouTube video with this woman who describes how to tell blue jays apart, and she has a very distinctive way of saying out. Like, the line on the neck really stands out. She says, the line on the neck really stands out. So we've been saying that because it's fun. Go outside. But we will try not to do that.
We will?
Yes, because I don't want this video to stand out. And people be wondering why we're talking like that. Anyway, blue jays are amazing looking birds, and they have really cool markings on their faces, and there's a bunch of different markings, which is why we had to look at that video. I wanted to try to see how you distinguish blue jays from each other, because there are a bunch of different kinds of blue jays, and some of them have, you know, these different markings are thicker, the lines are in different places. It's kind of interesting. Some of them have more white on their faces, some of them have less white on their faces.
Stand out more.
Yeah, so as you can tell, the folks in China had to do a lot of work here to add in all these extra lines, and on both sides of the face, and make him look cool and make him look symmetrical, and they did a great job, I think. One of the things that stands out about one of the things that stands out about Cyanicus is just how much extra little touches they had to go and put into the paint job. I imagine they probably had to put some of the best painters on the assembly line on this guy, because not only does he have all these markings on the face, and it looks like somebody freehanded those, but if you look at the elbow, you can see that there are numerous lines, black lines, on the feathers, and then the tips are painted white. So, I mean, putting those little black lines in there must have taken quite a while, and been difficult. I don't think I could do that sort of detail work. But you can see them over here on this other side as well. Obviously, you know, we talked earlier about the blue wings and how they worked for the blue phoenix, but the blue wings were obviously made for the blue jay because they match perfectly.
It doesn't stand out too much.
It doesn't stand out at all. So, another thing to kind of notice about him and the paint job is over here. Wait. On the back, the tail feathers, as you can see, there's a lot of lines there, and then there's the white tips. So somebody had to go in there and individually paint every single one of those lines on the tail feather and make sure that they were nice and evenly spaced. And it's like, wow, a lot of work, a lot of love went into making these figures and making it look good. Miguel, what do you have to say about this figure?
It's blue.
Anything else? Any other genius observations?
It matches the background in our wonderful studio that they can't see.
Let me say something. I you know, don't do a lot of posing with these figures, but I've seen some people on the website, on the Source Horseman forums, do pictures of these where he's like posed mid-flight with the wings, you know, dramatically posed, the arms and the weapons and the extra feet with the gripping hands. And this guy especially just looks kick butt, like in action pose. But here I have him in kind of a vanilla, straight standing up pose because, you know, he's just sitting there, and I'm just trying to show you sort of the deco and everything. Not so much the posing possibilities. Now, I kind of had an idea that I always thought Blue Jays and Cardinals were kind of related to each other. I think I was totally wrong on that. This is the Cardinal from the Gothotropolis line. Say that 5 times fast.
Gothics.
It's goths that went to the tropics and forgot their sunscreen. But they're totally different, okay? I mean, check out the Cardinal. The face is different. The one thing that is similar is that they both have this sort of, what do you call that? Tuft of feathers that comes up. But they're totally different. So I was wrong. They both have that sort of face marking, but the beak is different, you know, the wings are different and all that. They're both very attractive, striking birds, but I just wanted to sort of compare and contrast that a little bit. They also have those different color schemes as well. Anything else, Miguel, that you'd like to point out about Cyanicus besides the obvious? There's some intricacies to the paint down here too. There's like some white on the feathers, so it's not just a monotone blue. Miguel?
His feet are black.
Okay. Is that all you got for us?
His spear thing. Wait.
Talk about a spear.
It kind of looks like it's not silver. It's kind of like got a little bit of
tarnish to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's part of the paint job. It makes it look more realistic. It doesn't look like a shiny spear. It looks like a spear that's got a tiny bit of oxidation on it. Maybe seen some use. That makes it more realistic, I think. So, I like the idea of these flying birds having spears because that's a good weapon, aerial weapon to launch.
And poke someone while flying down.
Right. Alright, looks like we got somebody trying to distract us as we do our review, doing an idiot dance. It's not going to work. The other thing about these figures, you know, you got a lot of figures, and a good way to distinguish them is to kind of take their belt and sort of flip it around because it has all these different artifacts. It's got bones here. I don't know, what is that green thing? A green thing. It's got like a package. It's got like...
Don't they all have packages though?
A horn. They all have those, but all you have to do is kind of like flip this around and it automatically makes them look different. Like this one has a hand, sort of a talisman. I don't know if there's like, you know, ashes or magic powder in there or whatever. But if you turn the belts so that different things are showing, it automatically makes them look different. You know?
Cool.
Of course, they already look different because they have all the different colors and stuff. But
yeah, all the different colors make them stand you.
All right. All right, folks. Thanks for bearing with us. This is we've got 2 more avian warriors to go after this. Tukar and Tukar the toucan and Scarletros the parrot.
What's 0 times 2? It's
Is
still 0.
Signing out.